Oh, I didn't realize I'd started it. Well, I had been working on my Pikachu, but I'm missing some parts. So I'm gonna have to be putting that aside. I'm gonna start working on something for the city. So putting all the Pikachu parts aside. Well, I spent this morning. I just got back from the gym this early morning. I was doing some army stuff, my major over the phone. Hopefully, come the new fiscal year, I have some orders. Our hire thinks that it might get funded, but that person it hires isn't actually funding person, just our brigade PBO, property book officer. But she really wants me to get orders so I can get some work done. I mean, not only that, so I actually have a little bit of income. I mean, I complain about money, but I mean, I'm still in my house. I still have a car. Little one and I were at Sugarloaf Mall this Labor Day, and outside there's some people, wanting begging for food. And I don't say that in a bad way, begging for food. I mean, they're doing what they can to try to survive. And here I am. I bought some Legos for myself and little one. Little one got a box of three Lego figures. I got these um, cars that I'm going to build today. I complain, but I mean, there's people worse off than me. It's not like I should be complaining much. I'm at least getting by. And it's not obvious to little one how my money is. And that's how it was when I was young. I had no idea about my family's finances. We always had food on the table and roof over my head. I swear I still had some more Gorilla Glue. So the test came this weekend with little one about my tables here. And the little bit of Gorilla Glue I put on just wasn't enough to keep them from moving. I need to remember to look at that's what I should do so that I'm actually, if I look at the screen, I'm more looking towards the camera. So, um, Sawtooth has robotic fleas. He's scratching. I mean, if there's going to be robot animals in the Horizon world, there should be robot fleas for the animals. If I was responsible for the things that built the robots, I would build robotic fleas just for the funny of it. But I'm sure no one in the corporations, I forget the name of the corporation that was responsible for those in the games, they wouldn't like me. I mean, no one really likes me anyway, so that is what it is. If I'm going to be an ass, I'm going to be an ass in all realities. Man, I just jump from thing to thing in my head. I mean, I feel bad for these people. I wish, I could help people, but the fact is I can't. I'm doing what I can to give my little one a happy childhood, no matter my circumstances, as every parent does. I mean, we can't help everybody. And that's what I tell my, I mean, I don't tell my little one all of that. I tell her there's just nothing I can do to help them. I'm getting by the best I can. I mean, this world right now really fucking sucks. I mean, well-educated people like me with lots of experience have trouble working. So how's that on the lower class than me? And if I can't find a job, it's even worse for them. Like I have a guy that comes mow my yard. And that's the thing, I can even afford to pay someone to mow my yard. And he's asking me for help, but I mean, I pay him for the job. I can't pay him to can't give him more money just because he's in a tight spot. So, this is the one I just got. Um, so I guess it has a little story there. I haven't watched it. I meant to play it yesterday with little one because she likes the idea that the nice car that's the criminal belongs to the female. She thought that was funny, but she was playing, and I'm not going to stop her from playing whatever game she's playing here in the Lego world to watch a screen because I just got her away from watching a screen upstairs. Hell, I even bought her at the new dance game this last weekend. And given any time I can get in and do work, I do it with the army. But I might be doing that this weekend, even though I already did my drill this weekend. The major hinted she wants me to come in, and she managed to get some money for that, which I do need to send a message about that. So it looks like I do have her this week. Need to talk to the major about that. But anyway, she'll be fine if I don't do the whole weekend if I'm getting paid RMAs. RMAs are really just a half day of pay. So here we go. And there's not much to these cars. There's not much to these cars. They're a really simple build. I'm gonna put dark shadows on while I build. I had someone in here for a second. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There it is. There we go. I really don't like having um, random parts everywhere. I like to get everything nice and organized, straightforward. Get things nice and organized here, even though this isn't a huge build with 50 million parts. I still don't like to have things disorganized. I think that's really just the soldier in me. I should send a message to the major a little while later. Ask her if I'm doing RNAs, if I'm able to just do half days so I can still spend time with my little one this weekend. But there is a big thing to do for supply that they want to get hire wants to get done. So that's really, my job. All right, there we go. Little police officer is wearing bright yellow. Uh, Maybe he's a British officer. There's my little bag. Usually have a little bag down there for the bags. I guess I did something with it. All right. I love this little wanted poster that's like half the size of the person. It's kind of why the Lego movies and shows are just so funny. Everything is just so weirdly proportioned. Everything is so weirdly proportioned in the Lego world. Steering wheel. Dark Shadows is such a weird show. I was joking with little one at the Lego store about how I end up building everything. So, no, you don't, Daddy. He's like, yes, I do, baby girl. You leave all the building to me. She goes, well, Daddy, I build with the plants and stuff. Like, so you leave the most of it to me, so you can just do the decorating. So, of course, Daddy. It's such a funny little thing. She knows what she wants to do. She doesn't want to do the boring part of it. As long as she's building some of it, I told her, it's like, oh, baby girl, at least want you to build some of the stuff so that because it's a good skill to have. Learning, the building of this stuff. So even while I say that, and it seems like I've messed something up. No, I've done exactly like it said. What am I not seeing? 'Cause it seems like there's a space. Maybe this just goes one further up. Oh, it looks like it goes. Okay, I think that's what it is. That just didn't look completely right. I'm just laughing at Dark Shadows. I just love the way they pace everything, and actually they keep the story going, unlike most, like every other soap opera. I have a friend who, when we were roommates, man, he watched a bunch of soap operas. I tried watching them. I was like, man, I'm gonna, if this plot doesn't move forward at some point, like you can fast forward through 90% of the show, every episode, and still know what's going on. I mean, it's as bad as freaking One Piece, Dragon Ball, and Naruto. I was watching back then. I was watching. Man, I can't remember the name of that anime. I just remember the kid technically is killed and he gets spirit gun thing, and it was basically a soap opera. It moved so slow, but it was a little better. Corpuscles, red and white corpuscles. What the hell is that? Yes, to be frank, but what if you're not frank? Okay, side piece, side. There's no such thing as a mystery in science. What the hell is he talking about? It's a mystery till you figure it out. Why is there wouldn't be science? That's not possible. Oh man, these soap opera actors are just great. They're just so funny. Yeah, this nice little car is coming together. I mean, this is nowhere near the most complicated build ever, but it's. I got one more thing I haven't built for the city. It's one of those non-Lego things. I'm gonna work on tomorrow. Yeah, I gotta find something better to glue these tables together. I mean, as soon as she touched the tables, they all the glue just broke apart. Probably just need to get a big old thing of Gorilla Glue and just seriously, um, but seriously, just drench them in glue. That way they'll stay together. I've been watching um, Water Magician, something like that's the name of the show. Only the sixth episode of it has been dubbed. And yes, all I watch are dubs. I can't do subtitles anymore. I mean, when I was young, that's basically all there was. And you had to buy everything or get it from a friend who got it from a friend who got it from a friend. But, then I'd watch the subtitled, and I'd be at work and I'd be during lunch, I'd in the break room watching them. But now most of the time I'm doing other stuff while I'm watching anime. Large sums of money. She only withdrew $500. Dark Shadows thing. The two family members that run the company are arguing about a large sum of money that was withdrawn. I mean, $500 wasn't a lot of money back then. Now, $500 raise is like nothing. But so I've been watching that Water Magician show, and it was pretty good. But I'm thinking how he spent so long by himself in the beginning. He doesn't even know how long it was. I was like, he's just amazing. He's still able to talk to people, and I'm guessing one reason I do this, and I just keep yammering to myself, because I really don't have much in the way of social interaction. The music in this. Liz really needs to let Roger help her. There's this weird looking thing. And these three things. Now that's not on the stream also. Didn't realize that. There we go. Now it's big and it's not on screen. Oh, she almost forgot her line. I really couldn't imagine these people having to learn whole script every day. I'm sure it gets easier over time, but still. Got a cold one day, your brain's just not working as quickly as normal. I mean, my brain really works in general, but what am I missing? I don't know where that was, but hey, this is a nice cop car. Officer would be driving this thing and be the envy of all the other officers. And Georgia State Patrol, they have some nice new cars. I'm sure there was a lot of officers that were fighting for those new cars Georgia Patrol has. So back when I was on active duty, I was going from my unit to the next state over, um, to base to do a little school, and I forget. I think it was Wisconsin, but the my car still had a DeKalb County, Georgia plate. There's no reason to get a new plate for car I had in Georgia. And when you're active duty, you can just keep it registered out of your state, your home of record. Now, Georgia, we have the counties on the plates. Not every state does that. Has the county on it. But this state patrol officer, he gets behind me, and I wasn't really speeding. I was maybe going 5 over. I think I got everything. But I mean, he's just following me, and after a while, it just really started to annoy me. So I pull into a gas station, and I'm in uniform. I was a sergeant at that point, but that doesn't mean anything. I'm not in any kind of special car. It's just your normal little sedan, 4-door sedan. I don't remember. I think that might have been my Grand Dam. Um, yeah, it was the Grand Am. But anyway, I on the back too. So, I mean, he had been following me for so long, I just got annoyed. So I pulled into this gas station. I didn't need gas. And he pulls in behind me, just get out, start pumping the gas. Okay, afternoon, officer. How's it going? Starts bullshitting with me, starts talking about the car. And I'm sitting there thinking, is like, man, what the hell does he think I'm doing? Here I am in a uniform. I'm definitely a soldier. There's no question. And he starts asking me about the car. He's like, yeah, I hear there's a lot of trunk space. Like, yeah, there is. And he wanted me to open the trunk. Not that I had anything in it. At that point, I'm just like, I'm not going to open the damn trunk just because. But I was like, yeah, there is. And he's looking at me. I'm just not saying anything. And he was like, so why does it say dealer on the tag? And I look at him, look down at the tag, get some dirt off of it, say, no, it says DeKalb. What's that? DeKalb County. It's this county I'm from in Georgia. That's my home of record. I mean, there's no way he'd know that. Because if you're not from a state where they do it by the county, then it's not something you know. Hold it against him. At that point, I was just annoyed because he had been trailing me for like an hour. And I'm like, dude, there's got to be other people who are actually speeding. May not have been an hour, but it was at least 30 minutes. It was just stupid. And then, of course, he had run my tag by then, so he knew there's nothing on me. So I was like, why are you still following me if there's nothing on me? Usually people run my tag, see there's nothing, and move on. I'm not going to speed because you're following me. It was just the weirdest situation. After that, and he's like, okay, well, have a good day. I think he had asked me where I was going. I told him what base I was headed to, so I got a little week-long class out there. And he said something that was weird. And I was like, oh, it was something about thought it was weird that I was going from one state to another to take a class. And I'm like, well, that's what we do. Full-time reservist. And he didn't know anything about that. I was like, yeah, that's what we are. I'm technically in the reserve, but I'm full-time. He's questioning me about that. It's like, oh, it's just stuff you don't know unless you're not in, unless you're in. Yeah, most civilians don't even know the difference between National Guard and the Reserve and active duty, much less the little things that are like the full-time reservists. Hi, how are you? I'm just kind of, I'm doing all right. I'm just kind of sitting here talking to myself. I always say the problem with that is the person I'm talking to is an idiot. You're talking to yourself. What am I doing? Oh yeah, building her. So I'm working on couple little cars for my city. We have my little one likes the idea that these cars, not cards. Um, the female of the two, it has a police car. The cool car and the robber is the female character, and my little girl just loves that. I hope you had a fun Labor Day. Ah, parts are trying to fly away. I just finished the police car, and after this, I might start working on a. I have a restaurant over here that I got a while ago. I hadn't started. I also need to put in a um, parts request order. I was working on my Pikachu last week. Um, it's a Mega Blocks. It's not a Legos, but it's still all the same scale now. And somehow I'm missing two parts, even though I just took the thing apart. I must have lost them long time ago when I first started to build it. I'm getting text messages. Huh. Where is this? Oh, I was looking for a piece and it wasn't the piece I was thinking. It always helps if you pay attention to what you're doing and follow the instructions. It's amazing how much easier that makes things. But I was just telling a little story about when I was on active duty, going between states. I was followed for like 30 minutes or so by a local trooper. One, two, three, who couldn't understand that my tag, it said DeKalb County, Georgia. And in Georgia, we have our counties on there. He thought it said dealer. So even though he had run my tag and knew there was nothing wrong, he kept following me till I finally just pulled off to a gas station to show him that showed the county. He really wanted to look in my trunk for some reason. I was in uniform. I don't know what he thought I was doing. Being a soldier with stripes on his chest and in uniform. And for some reason, he thought it was weird that I was going between states to go up to whatever base it was in that state for a little school, only like a week long school. Like, why are you leaving the state you're assigned to? I'm like, well, I'm reserved for one thing, and even if I was National Guard, different schools are at different bases. We do this all the time. It's just the weirdest interaction I've ever had with a police officer. don't know why I was telling that story to myself a little few minutes ago. Just weird, random thoughts that jump in your head. Where is this? There it is. Stay in my hand, you silly thing. You don't need to jump around the table. I don't know why some Legos get so jumpy. They want to fly around the table and get lost. So I need to do some work on these tables. My I'll turn Dark Shadows back on. Episode 33 of season 1. Small 1 by 2. There we go, 2 of them. Oh yeah, that's what made that thought come into my head about that story. There's something that was on Dark Shadows that I'm listening to. Made me think about that. It's like when my little girl and I are talking, we get into so down the rabbit hole of something, and she keeps asking me questions, and then like 30 minutes later, one of us asks, how did we get on this subject? And we have to do our conversation backwards to figure out how we got onto whatever random subject. Ah, come on, sticker, go on properly. Guess I did this wrong. Ah, yeah, I think I did that wrong. So just move these where they should be. That makes a little more sense. Ah, ah, crap it. Crap it. Ah, oh, these parts are just jumping around everywhere. They need to stay where they're supposed to be. Don't jump around. There we go. Now this is starting to go how it's supposed to. If I follow the directions, things would probably work differently. But that would require me having a brain. Oh man, my neck. Come on. Come on, silly sticker. There we go. Oh, bugger. Bugger. Don't think I paid attention. Come on. Come on, silly sticker. There we go. There we go, sticker. Now you're on there the right way. You know, that sticker really should have told me that I was putting it on backwards. If it would have done that, it would have been a lot easier. But I guess that's the last thing we need is intelligent stickers. Everything else is coming intelligent other than me. Stickers might as well, I guess. Excuse me. Okay. Well, foot looking pieces go here. A little gray piece. Little chair looking thing. This little piece. I mean, no one ever calls me unless I turn one of these streams on. Then my phone doesn't stop. So this goes here. This is like a trunk. Um, 1 by 3. This little thingamajig. I don't need two of these. Okay, so where'd these go? Right there. And my neck. Come on. Stay in my hand, you silly piece. There we go. Yellow, yellow, yellow. yel- Ah, don't jump around, you silly thing. Um, no, maybe. Yes. Ah, ah. Oh, come on. This little piece does not want to stay on. And every time I touch it, something else falls off. It's so funny. Okay, this is looks like it's the bumper. That's so funny. Um, okay, yes. Okay, now. And four. I have one more little thing here that I'm just not sure. Did I miss something? Oh, yeah, that's what I missed. Kind of weird little hole it has right there. I just don't understand. And I guess it's supposed to be there. Well, here's her car. She has a little trunk for random little things. I don't know why I have two pairs of handcuffs. But here we go. She stole $200 and a bunch of little jewels. Okay, I think she is going to keep the wanted poster with her. Let's see. All right. Now I do need to put in a order for um Lego. What is the part number? That's the problem with when you do these um piece requests. There. It's not for this set, but I think this is the same thing that I was missing. So need to find this part number 24. Pick a brick. There we go. 242001. I do love the pick a brick thing. Whoever whoever thought this up is really smart to be able to just do this on their webpage. Let's see. Man, I got a bunch of pick a bricks in there, but my order is still only 99 cents. Yeah, it's still only 99 cents. It's crazy. Lego. Let's see if I can find where is this other one that I don't have all the parts for. There it is. Where is it? Where is it? It's this. I take a bunch of pictures of stuff I was missing. No, I found, oh, these parts I never found. What is this Lego set number? What is this Lego set number? 71,434, 71,434, 71,434. Search within set, 71,434. There we go. That is a great thing to be able to just open up the set. Opening up the set and be able to look for the parts. Where are the parts for this flower? I don't see this flower in here. Where is this? Okay, it's a little. Huh. I don't see this part. I see a bunch of other parts, but not this little special scanning thing. And that's one of the things I don't have. Hmm. Wonder if there's something I'm actually going to need to call customer service for. Because I don't see this little special thing to make the little flower in this Mario set. That's just weird. Hey, Lego, what's up with that? That's really weird. Well, I think tomorrow I'm actually hungry after the gym and sitting here doing this. But this was an injury and energy. So I think I'm actually gonna get some lunch.